Hello, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Factorio. My name is Tanis Fugit, and thank you for stopping by the Fugitive Theater. So, we extended the bus last episode. We got our new power stuff going, and accumulators being made. We've got solar panels being made. We extended a little bit of our gun turrets and stuff so that they're protecting some other areas that we were kind of possibly going to get attacked on. And this episode, I think what we're going to do is, at least let's start. The first thing I want to do is remember these guys over here. This is a bunch of radars and some guns and some walls, which are just sort of hanging out over here. And what they're doing, ostensibly, is, you know, doing what radars do. It's scanning. Let's see, I picked up a bunch of walls. That's what I wanted. You know, ostensibly, they're scanning and expanding our map, right? But think this has done about all that it can possibly do, right? At first, we had it tucked in here, like right in the middle of our bus, and it showed what it could. And then I moved it way out here to sort of show more. And, well, it's showing me some interesting stuff. I definitely know where I'm going for coal in the future. There's going to be a lot of coal received from the upper sort of northern reaches over here. Right, we've got access to a pretty good amount of uranium as well from once we get into the late game. And, you know, down here we've got iron, over here we've got copper, but there are more things that I need to see. Specifically, I need to see if there are more, if there's more oil somewhere. That's a big thing I'm going to need, because eventually we're going to start getting to the point where this is no longer producing enough oil to keep us going. So we're going to need to expand that as well, and there is nothing to expand into currently, so yeah, we got to figure that out. Also, you know, we start putting up these forward bases, it helps us with the expansion and fighting off any biters that start running. So I'm going to run over here, I'm going to deconstruct the one that's set up over there. I'm going to just tear that down. And moreover, I'm going to create a few copies of it, which actually, that's what I wanted to do. Instead of running straight over there, I want to run this way. It's so cool. The fast belts now mean that I can traverse the area, traverse that area very quickly. We grab a few more of those, and we're going to grab, like, let's say, I don't know, a stack and some bullets. I can't get any speed boost running this way, but yeah, trying to go left to right, like running eastward, is much faster now because of how fast the belt is. As you can see, like, yeah, this is going to have to be sped up. Like, we need more coal sooner rather than later, I think. Although I could also just get speed modules and stick them on these. That might also be a way to go. But, I mean, I am fulfilling everything more or less. It's just, you know, it could be better. But we're going to run all the way out here. Not every one of these lines got, like, updated and changed, right? Like, I didn't change them all to red. Most of these are doing just fine as they are. They don't need anything more than that. Keep my eyes on the map to make sure I don't get hit by any trains as I run across the track. And we're going to get there in just a second. I've been having a lot of fun with this playthrough, I have to admit. It's very different than how I've played before. Different in what way? Mostly I'm accepting a few things. Like, I'm not just focusing on, oh, it's all got to be on a bus, or it's all got to be, you know, whatever system I'm doing. I'm, like, allowing myself to be a little bit wibbly wobbly with it. I'm allowing for a little bit of spaghetti nonsense, as I keep calling it, but I'm also, like, focusing on the future and accepting the fact that, you know, just because it's not perfect now doesn't mean it won't ever be perfect. And I'm giving myself the freedom to be a little bit weird with it at first and, you know, figure it out eventually, because once I start getting to, you know, the point where I've mined out all the stuff in the main area, that's a thing I'm gonna have to pay attention to, right? I'm gonna have to be aware that, or rather, not so much something I have to be aware of. It's something that, you know, I'm gonna have an opportunity to make some changes and fix some of this stuff and you know, start it all over from scratch. This sort of what it starts as is not what it has to finish as, and I've been kind of embracing that in this run. in a way that I've had difficulty doing on my own personal runs. I'm pulling up some trees here. I don't really have a reason to be, but I think I'm eventually going to have to use some of this area. Maybe. But I'm deciding how far out I want to go before I plunk down the next thing. I think I want to go pretty far up north here. I'm just going to make sure I don't accidentally wander into one of those bases because, I mean, I've got the resource. I could just fight off any of these bases, but I don't want to just accidentally stumble myself too close to the base and find myself getting blasted. That would be unfortunate. I would be unhappy with that. This is pretty good. I'd say this is far enough. This will start to expose this sort of area up here. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to plant down... Oh, I didn't run any power, by the way, so it was kind of silly of me, but let's do like, yeah, right about here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh, what did I do? 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. We're going to put a bunch of guns. And let's say like here. And then we'll put some up here as well. Nice. And then we will just grab the walls and we're going to build the walls up around this. So I see a yellow marker down the bottom. That means some of our guns are engaged with the enemy. But it's not red, which means we're not taking any damage ourselves. Which is good. It means the guns are doing what they're supposed to do. Okay. So now, gotta like... There. And then do I have the big poles? I don't have any on me. Can I make some? Yeah, I can make a few. These big poles are really, really good for, like, carrying this electricity long distances. That's their, like, stated goal. So I'm going to set up a couple of these. Probably one here, maybe one down here, like, to start getting some really good view over this area, and then maybe one over here. I think I want to set up, like, 3 of them. That's probably what I want to do. Where'd that go? There it is. So let's start by making sure that it's attached, and then we can just run with it. Because these will go a long distance before they have to be connected to anything. A little bit awkward that I left part of those trees, but not all of them. So yeah, it's a little bit on the awkward side. Make sure I don't get hit by any trains. Where do I want to link it to? Probably... Wow, I'm actually going to need more of these than I expected I would need. Is there any way that I can get this to... Is that on the track? I don't think that's on the track. I think that'll be fine. Yeah, I actually need to make even more of those. Holy heck. Kind of thought I'd be in the clear with that. Guess not. Oh yeah, by the way, stronger explosives. We're going to move on to portable solar panel, which I can slot into my armor, my modular armor, eventually. I don't even think I've really made that yet, but that'll help me keep stuff powered, because I'll be able to like have weapons and all sorts of powered stuff on me, which again, we haven't even looked at that sort of stuff yet. That's something I want to, get a really good look at some point, but we haven't really gotten there yet. I guess technically this is... Yeah, that's a connection point. That'll work. Okay, so now those should be active and going. So now I'm going to go ahead and... Do I have the resources to make... I've got enough to make like 3. So let's make some of those. And we'll pull resources to make a few more. And we'll put the next ones on the grid as well. Oh, and you see more of this stuff. These extreme edges of these patches are starting to get all mined out. So, yep, this one over here as well. Is there any more? Doesn't look... yep, this one. Yep, the edges of this patch. This one down here, too. They're getting mined out for real, so I have to claim more territory, and soon. I absolutely am going to need to claim another iron mine. And then the question becomes, what do I do with it once I've claimed another iron mine? Because that, you know, it might sound like there's an obvious answer to that. But there really is not. Because there's a couple of options, which is that I could either... Hold on. 9, 3, 5, 6. That's enough. Okay. Because really the two answers are I can either, one, cart all the... Did this just finish its last one? And this one? Or am I just blind? And this one? Oh my god. Yeah, we're in trouble. I think a lot of these just finished theirs. But yeah. So the question is going to become, do I... That's what this episode is going to have to be, by the way, now. Because now we need iron. So this is going to be starting the process of like, taking the next area. So yeah, I need to... Oh yeah, I also need more power. Ugh. This was not a well thought out approach. I am going to have to sort of double back on a couple things. Okay. So I've been rambling, and I've been trying to think and, like, do this extemporaneously, and this has not really worked out. So I'm going to take a deep breath here, and what I'm going to say is we're going to finish setting up these, like, radar bases first. It's going to be like step 1, right? And then the next thing we're going to do after that... Wait, oh, you're actually missing copper? I thought you'd be missing steel. I thought that was the thing I was missing for that. I need even more than that. Oh yeah, and an iron as well. Boy, you need a lot of stuff. There we go. Okay, now we have a bunch of these. Okay. Once these are all set up, once the two bases that I've already talked about are in place, these two radar bases, by the way, portable done. Oh man, that opened up even more stuff. So this is all the line into these personal armor upgrades. Well, we're going to actually ignore those for now because I'm not ready for that kind of stuff. We're going to go into concrete instead, which I should have gotten a long time ago. But concrete's another one of those things that, like, everybody whose builds I see, like on the subreddit and stuff, they've got all this cool concrete set up all over the place. And I've never, like, really used it at all. So I want to try that. I want to give that a real good try. I think for the power, I think we're going to start, like, here, because I know there's already existing power down here. So I'm going to run power off of this. So give me the big guys. Okay. Don't you start going while I'm... And I'm gonna try and put myself, like, here-ish. Keep moving in this general direction. I think right about here is probably good. So let's go ahead with those radars. We go like 1, 2, 3, space. 1, 2, 3, space. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna go, and... Oh, that's not actually gonna join at the same time, huh? That's kind of awkward. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do gun turrets, and these ones are gonna go mostly just around, like, the bottom edge here. Something like that, yeah. We do, like, clear this up and do something like this instead. There we we go. And then this, and this, as I'm not going to have enough to completely enshrine this, unfortunately. But this is the way that they're going to be coming from most likely, so that's where we're going to put... Oh my god. I'm not good at the clicking in the dragon. Okay, well that's going to be the best I can do for now. It looks absolutely derpy and terrible, but that's what we're going to do. Okay. If that attracts attention... Well... There's a lot of guns there. If it attracts attention, I think we'll be fine. Everything will be a-okay. So I'm going to set up just one more of those bases off in this direction. Somewhere out here-ish. So I don't know if they will, like, take action like the biters. I don't know if they'll come after these, like, power poles that are just sitting and not doing anything. My assumption is that they would. But then again, my assumption was that they will attack rail as well, and they seem to happily ignore any and all forms of rail. Also, where is that attack coming from? This spot keeps getting attacked. And I think it's from here, but like, why are they dodging everything else and charging to that point? I actually got very lucky that I had a couple of leftover turrets from an earlier like turret emplacement that was there, because I didn't really have a good reason to have turrets there. But they were just sort of sitting there. When the first time they hit there, I was like trying to find the exclamation point and be like, where's this attack coming from? It turns out it's way the hell over there. I don't really know why that's the case. I'm gonna grab more walls. That's why we're coming back here right now. I'm gonna grab more walls. Ah, don't want to grab that many grenades either. Yeah, it's okay. A little over 100 walls. There we go. So we're going to go down here. We're going to set up this last little encampment that we're going to set up here. This last little radar base. Complete with all the guns I could ever need. Let's set it up somewhere like here-ish. Space and give it space. I did not run power as I was running because I'm like a derp. It was very silly of me to not do that. I also didn't grab any more like weapon. Yep, more guns are shooting way up in the north. I am just gonna have to start taking care of these these things, I think. Do like one more, and then let's encase this whole area in. I'm so bad at just clicking and dragging. I don't know how I could be that bad at like an extremely simple task, but I am abjectly terrible at it. Like that, like, you know what, we're just gonna leave it. We're just going to leave it. Give me big guns. Run this up until it connects to something. There. So now all three of those should be starting to reveal. Like already there's even more uranium down here. That's a good thing to start getting. Oh yeah, we're already super exposing areas up here. Another, well, it's a relatively small coal area up here, but it's going to be a nice supplemental yield to pick up on some point. And this one will start giving me stuff over here. All right, well that's a start. It's a start. And now that that is done, my next step is to reach all the way down here because I have the long reach mod, because that's a great mod to have. We're going to grab a whole bunch of rails, and it is time to start moving against the biters. Okay, well, we can't just do that right off. I need a few things. I need probably more of these big power poles, at least a couple more. I need way more ammo and more gun turrets. That's what we're going to grab first. Also, concrete's done. So let's start moving forward with some other stuff. Well, I guess let's just start here. Let's grab the flamethrower. This will allow me to grab a flamethrower turret, a handheld flamethrower, and flamethrower ammo for them. Flamethrower ammo is just raw crude oil with some steel plates in a chemical plant. So if we want to mass produce this, we can, but it's going to be a bit awkward because it needs raw crude, which is a bit unusual, but it can definitely be done. And then flamethrower turret is quite powerful when equipped with a flamethrower, but I'm probably not going to use the flamethrower. I'm just, you know, it's fun. It's really cool. I would like to maybe use it at some point. Probably not going to end up actually using it, but we'll see. I'm going to grab 25 more guns, and I'm going to grab a whole buttload of ammo, and now we're going to go. Okay. That's not... I said a whole buttload of ammo. That's not actually that much ammo. Let's be honest. Let's be perfectly honest. We're not kidding ourselves here. That's not that much ammo, but it's going to be sufficient for me to take on the places I need to take on. Oop, looks like this base might be readying an attack. These guys, I think, are going to go. I think they will charge that new radar base before they do anything else, though, because I think that's going to piss them off like nothing else that I have done yet. I think that's going to piss them off like nothing else that I have done so far. And on my way down, I think I'm actually just going to... Yeah, I'm just going to draw... let's actually, like, blow this stuff up. And I need cliff explosives as well at some point. That's a note to self. Start getting cliff explosives together, because if I'm going to start extending my rail, if in order for me to stay efficient, I'm going to probably need to pop some of these cliffs at some point. So I should have a few cliff explosives to help me do that efficiently. Flamethrower's already done. This is good. We've got a lot of tech to go through, because I mentioned in an earlier episode that, like, you know, oh, I don't really like doing all the tech when it's available because, you know, you can burn through a lot of this tech so fast. And I've kind of overcompensated, or I've actually let a lot of things languish that I had access to a long time ago. So we just got flamethrower. Let's go with landmines. I will definitely not use landmines, but, you know, we'll get it out. We'll get it done. We'll get it out of the tech tree. And here we go. We're just going to extend these rails. Just straight down. A lot to go here. But I'm going to try, and the whole point here is that we're going to gain... dang tree. We're going to be trying to get access to this new iron farm that's down here, this new iron mine. This is what I was afraid of. There's a lot of trees down here that I have to cut through now. I have to sort of go scorched earth a little bit down here. These have to go as well. Question is, what is the final route going to look like? I guess it depends on exactly where the edge of the... where the edge of the thing is. Yeah, so there it is. So I would like to... So the first question I have to ask myself is, am I going to just cart raw iron ore back up to the bus where it's going to be smelted? Or do I set up a whole new smelting operation here, tear down the one that's up you know, up here at the bus, tear this all out, and then just turn this whole area into a big, like, drop off, and just drop off fully minted iron plates and attach it to where the bus is starting right now. And for me personally, I think I like the idea of setting up a giant smelting operation here and just carting the finished plates around. The problem with that is that there's no coal here. That would require shipping in coal, but I'm going to have to eventually ship in coal anyway, because this is down to, you know, this is shrinking very rapidly. We're going to be out of coal before too much longer anyway, so we're going to have to ship in coal anyway. So really, this, if I put a bunch of miners on here right now, they can't do much, because I'm going to have to get a whole train whose whole job it is to move coal from up here, which I need to capture this as well. So this is going to be a multi-step process. So step one is going to be clear this base, which will guaranteed sort of capture me this area. I might have to kill this base in the process, but that's sort of the idea. So because of that, also landmine's finished. So let's go with Defender. This is technically it's a drone robot that can follow me. Which, you know, maybe I will eventually get into, but again, that's something I'm not going to do right away, but we're going to start the research on that. So I think for the time being, I'm actually going to, well, I'm going to extend this down just a little bit further. And this as well. Okay, and now we're just going to go to war. Let's keep this zoomed out as far as possible. And we're just going to show off the power of the long reach mod. We're just going to... So even if they successfully kill a couple, which it looks like they might have done, some took some damage, at least one got destroyed. But otherwise, that was a successful clear. And it's not even a really big deal that the ones got destroyed. It's not really that big a deal. Yeah, one of them, yeah, exactly one of them got destroyed. Okay. It was good. It was very good. I'm going to... There we go. Okay. So with that base cleared out, this base might be enough of a problem that I have to clear it out. But this one up here is like a definite. So let's zoom out again. I guess we'll probably take both of them out since we're in the area. This one's gonna be maybe in the trees. Yeah, I hate the bases that are in the trees. They're always more annoying. This one's gonna be like a sort of couple of steps to clear this one out. Let's start with that. And put some there and some there. And we should be about good. Oh. There was a worm, a Goliath worm out here in the trees that I did not see initially. I walked right past it. Thankfully, it was distracted by trying to shoot at my guns out here. Did I bring enough resources to make another? Oh yeah, I can make a couple of these repair packs. All right. Yeah, again, a couple of things got damaged, but this time I didn't even lose one, so... This is just the power of that long reach mod. I do love just walking up and like completely invalidating the entire biters. Just completely just saying, nah, you're not a problem today. I do rather enjoy that. I probably should not enjoy it as much as I do. Just leave 10 in my own inventory, and the rest will be ready to shoot more things. I do think I want to take this base out as well. That's going to be interesting because it's partially on the high ground. Until it's got a cliff running through it, so it's like half on the low ground, half on the high ground. I kind of even want to just like see this. So I basically captured all 3 of these fields now. I will have one more thing. Yeah, I just want to take these guys out. Might be in trees again. That's a cliff. There's a single biter. Okay, I can't, because it's at the bottom of the screen, I can't really tell as well. We're just going to go like this. Yep, there's a cliff over here. I am losing a couple. Okay, not a huge problem. Lost a couple. Not the worst thing in the world, but yeah, some up on the high ground here. That was very interesting. You'd almost think that they were learning about strategic planning of their bases. If it wasn't for the fact that that's one of the nearby bases, so it's probably there at the start of the game. And also, you know, they just don't work like that. As cool as it would be. Oop, I'm walking through like where they spit during the fight, so I'm like taking damage just by walking around here. There are more to pick up. 32. Did I really lose 3 guns in that fight? Nope, there's one over here that I didn't pick up. I lost 2 guns in that last attack there. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. All right, well, our resources problem, at least in the short term, has been taken care of. Now we've got access to two huge copper mines and a really big, well, I guess it's not even all that big. 21 million? Yeah, I guess it's not all that huge, relatively speaking, but it's big enough that it's, you know, we won't have to worry about iron for a while. So I'm going to take some time here, and I think I'm going to do at least some of this here. What I'm going to do here is, well, I'm going to start by clearing out this forest here just to open this space up around me. I'm going to lay down what miners I already have. I'm going to start running power back towards my main base. And maybe collect resources to build a bunch more miners and get them laid out here. And I'll see you guys on the other side. We'll finish up this episode by showing, you know, me taking sort of control over these new resource fields. All right? See you on the other side. Something has happened. I was running power back up here, and I came to my attention that nothing seems to be powered. What happened down here? Did we just run out of power? Did we just run out of, like, steam? How did we... What happened? I'm so confused. I don't know what happened. Hold on. I don't know how this happened. Problem is, I can't keep this running fast enough. Just on my own. To, like, get power back through here. Why did no... Hold on, you got a output priority to the left. I don't know what happened here. Did we just, like, run out? Like, power these up enough that the arms start moving. This is like a black start. I don't know what... I'm being silent, and I know that this is, like... But I'm, like, desperately trying to figure this out as I go. Like, what the heck just happened? And how do I fix this? Like, as I go here. How did this happen? I don't... Like, I thought it might have been a break in the system, but it just looks like this just ran out of coal. And everything just came to a screeching halt. Oh my god. I don't know if I can... Alright, hold on. I gotta disconnect these guys from the whole rest of the system. Well, that's not exactly the right answer either. Hold on. No, I've got to... disconnect this from the system. Because these guys need to go at full power. But other things don't. I don't know what happened here. I'm so confused. Is this going to be enough? Like, am I going to be able to, like, kickstart this? It does not look like it. Okay. Okay. This has been very interesting. So I want you to prioritize left. I want you to prioritize left. But anything that doesn't need to go those directions will make it down to here. And I've just got to hope that that's enough to kickstart all this stuff. I mean, I guess it is going to be. I don't know what happened. I am absolutely, like, bamboozled as to what occurred over here. Alright, with everything starting to come back together, I can reconnect this to the rest of the base. Okay, we are satisfying all of our electrical needs now. I had to route a whole bunch more coal over. Which just strengthens my thought that I just need to rip all this out, because this coal needs to go to maintaining our, like, power. I also need to just up our power. I need to get those solar panels down, and how? My god, this is all a mess. I'm glad there wasn't, like, too much happening. Or, well, I guess there was a lot happening, but, like, now there's, like, still more big fights happening over here. My lord, so much is happening. Everything is happening all of the time. Wow, this guy's giving me nothing out here. I'm going to move this base out to like here once I really start getting set up over there. And this is going to go on to this because this is the next thing I take is this coal mine. Wow. Yeah, that wasn't at all what I was hoping it would be. I rerouted all the power. I've got power down here. I've got rail going down here. The next big thing is going to be turning this ore patch into an actual mineable area, which I guess we're going to do as part of the next episode, because wow, I'm going to need a moment to like settle in and like double check all my production stuff and make sure that does not happen again. So I'm going to make a bunch of miners. We're going to turn that on, and once we get that area set up, we get the coal. We guarantee that we can get the coal running to where we need it to be, and we can mine all of that ore, all of that new iron, and bring it all up here. We can start tearing this whole thing down. We can put a stop somewhere like here, and we can route a whole bunch of just coal or just iron right onto the bus directly from a stop in here. Maybe we blow up all this cliff and we like use this space to do it. I don't know. I'm frazzled now. That was very disconcerting, and I'm worried that can happen again. We're gonna turn on rocketry, I guess, for the next one. So yeah, I don't know. I'll see you guys in the next one, but I need to double check and see why that happened and like make sure it doesn't happen again and make my decisions for the future. Thank you guys very much for watching. My name is Tanis Fugit. Thank you for stopping by the Fugitive Theater, as always. If you liked the video, give it a like, share the video, subscribe to the channel, all that YouTube stuff that you know by now I don't like saying, but thank you guys very much. I'll see you around. Bye-bye.